live. Going live. Going live. Everybody was going live.
Look out!
Here it comes. I cut my hair
again.
Very nice.
She just keeps going shorter and shorter.
Well, this is the length that it was the last time I cut it.
That's fair.
Yeah. I
guess technically I cut mine too.
You did. You cut more than one.
Yeah, I cut a lot of them.
Mine
is so dark though you can't see anything.
Well, yours is basically pitch black. We have the mood lighting as well. You could probably turn the light on behind you if you wanted a little extra.
Nah, I don't mind. I'm a floating head.
You're a floating head.
Floating head.
Floating head.
Sorry.
Guys, mine is literally just rum with lime in it.
I don't know what this is.
Yours is a rosé from the Appalachian, some winery in the Appalachian Mountains.
Appalachian. I'm not going to go into my diatribe because I appreciate free wine of any kind.
About how wine should never be made in Appalachia?
How wine should be made in the regions of the world that are meant for it, which are
to
dry,
be fair, listen, I say the same thing about professional hockey teams. They should only grow in regions where ice covers lakes naturally.
Yeah. It's too humid to grow grapes in some places of the world.
Listen, Michigan, however, makes some bomb-ass ice wine. Ice wines, I feel, is
they're not humid, right? Michigan's not humid? Is it humid? I don't know. I have no idea.
You realize it's literally surrounded by lakes, right?
Yes, but I grew up on the ocean and it wasn't humid.
Yeah, but you weren't surrounded by lakes.
Okay.
Like, if you've seen a map of Michigan,
yeah,
there's no like, hey, there's a breeze, and then it clears the water away. Like, it's all lakes. There's... You know how Minnesota is like the land of 10,000 lakes? Michigan has more lakes than that. It's just water.
The concept doesn't compute.
Yeah.
I know it's science. I bring it on, weathermen in our lives.
The reason it doesn't always seem as humid is because it's too fucking cold mostly to seem humid.
I guess it wouldn't snow without humidity.
Hence the beauty of ice wine.
Oh, I like it.
Because it's frozen.
Well, I'll take like a slushie. It's basically a wine slushie.
Sure.
Okay.
No, but sure.
I'm going to say
also, they make really awesome cherry wine because Michigan grows the best cherries. Fuck you, Washington.
I mean, I will be okay with that. I'll give you cherries.
Yeah.
I don't care about cherries.
Look, my state has many skills.
Temperate climate. Look, wine grapes grow like graces do. We don't like weather. Period. Not too hot, not too cold, not too anything. We don't want to feel it. We just want it to exist.
That's why they grow in France so well.
I like that we keep taking our sips
because the French people feel nothing. We love you, French people.
I feel nothing. Can I be French?
I'm way too energetic to be French.
I think I can pull off French.
I have no ennui.
I have all the ennui. Our puppies have pupwee.
My pup does have pupwee.
Actually, we coined that term, I believe.
Yeah,
pupwee.
You did.
Stormy consistently gets pupwee, where he just has to throw himself on the floor.
I feel like Kaylee has fuck you-wee.
Yeah, fuck off-wee.
many drama divas have that.
Oh, yeah. She's won't get out of bed for less than 6 figures week.
Basically. Yeah. For less than 6 pounds.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Should we record?
I guess we're ready.
Oh, for the Patreon people, there is one thing. We have another couple weeks until we can order it. We're not telling you what. It's really cool, and we've been meaning to order it now for 5 months, but it has not been available until next month.
Literally not available.
Literally not available. It's going to be really cool. We've been saving all of your very, very generous and loving Patreon funds.
Because y'all are the best.
You guys are the best for this one thing. Well, it's multiple things. But anyway, it's going to be really cool. It's a package deal. And it'll be thanks to you guys. It'll be really cool. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Are we going to record?
We're ready. 176.
Okay. Welcome to episode 176 of There's No Place Like Terra. First Stargate, first watch, rewatch. I am Nixie.
And I'm Grace. I don't know what happened.
Fuck that up real good real early.
Today we are watching. Welcome to Monster Piece Theater. We're watching The one with the wraiths. Today we're watching Atlantis. Season 1. I just had this weird sense of anxiety that I watched the wrong episode.
Oh.
Season 1, episode 12, the Defiant one.
Yes, you watched the right one.
Okay. I don't know where that came from.
I don't, because he didn't watch it together.
That's why.
We weren't able to watch it
willy-nilly watched whatever
So
the hell
feared.
we wanted.
Yeah.
AKA cue the red shirts. AKA don't split the party.
Don't split the party.
AKA what about the bugs? Those were left unfinished. I'm very angry. I need to know more.
Those few ones died.
I need to know more.
I do like red shirts.
Yes.
I do like red shirts. I also
I mean, there were a few Star Trek references in general.
There was multiple Star Trek references. I'm just gonna call it episode 4, the episode 12, The Voyage Home.
I like it.
It sort of encompasses.
Yeah.
We'll think of a good one.
Yeah.
Red shirts so far is blue shirts.
Oh, the blue shirts.
The blue shirts.
Yeah, that works.
Well,
is the Voyage Home the one with the whales?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the one where it goes. Everyone remember where we parked?
Yeah.
And he like cloak with the cloak ship, literally straight.
Literally
from.
something.
So D&D update.
Oh yeah.
We last night we played D&D with Sam,
The old crew.
who's becoming like
the Fist of the Wind.
Yeah, it's currently the Fist of the Wind. There's probably some future name change coming. But I was saying this is the one with Sam, who Sam is increasingly still heavily inspired by
Samantha
Sam and also Helen Magnus, but also some weird other creature who I'm not sure yet.
Just some strange fire starter.
She's a little pyro, and becoming more so as she gets more powered. It started with a very happy festival making. You were doing archery competitions.
We were doing I broke a bow.
You broke a bow.
I'm an asshole.
Sitting and tinkering.
Yeah.
Nick's barbarian.
Friend Amanda has a really cool fucking character.
Really cool character. Nick's mutt broke up a fight with kids and taught he had an after school special going on.
Have an after school special.
And then
Mr. Muck Rogers, I believe is his new name. We're gonna knit him a wool sweater.
I'm gonna do it. And then shit went sideways.
Yeah.
So this area couldn't have fire for reasons that are far too complicated to explain.
Well,
but
yeah, first it was a creepy whipping of the prisoners thing.
Yeah, because someone stole an artifact, so they decided to punish all of the prisoners they had.
Weird shit.
And then as the two magic users, which I'm a magic user, but I'm not nearly as powerful of a magic user as our wizard in the group, Mr. Phil got to attend the ceremony that ended with a giant explosion of the magic library.
Yay!
And a fire elemental coming out. We're third level characters, so a fire elemental coming out and attacking us.
This giant thing, it easily takes up what? It took up 9 squares?
Something like that.
I stopped for a second and I looked at our DM, who happens to be domestic partner Jesse, and I said, Hey, real quick, I think you have the wrong things.
He's like,
we're only third level characters.
Yeah, he's like, no.
Trying to jokey joke and to help us out, and he goes, no, you're fine. And I'm like, we're not fine.
The map was so big that instead of each square being
a square
5 feet,
yeah, it was 30.
Each square was 30 feet.
Yeah. Because
reasons.
Yeah.
So basically there was a lot of, I don't know what to do. This thing can move 8 times faster than us.
Yeah.
Run around with your hair on fire while you guys all went, let's go attack the giant fire monster. I went, my main weapon is fire.
Don't attack fire with fire.
So that's not going to work. So
regardless of what the old sayings say.
So I'm back to save the more powerful wizards as a way of let's get the adults involved with this. I happened to steal a couple books while running through the library because it's me. Ended up while you guys found horses and tried to catch up with it.
We're literally trying to save the city.
I saved one of the head magic users.
Well, let's be clear. Yeah. Friend Amanda's character and mine.
Did all the damage.
The city. No, it was so it was really cool because at the end, well, I don't want to ruin your ending. So go to your ending and then we'll go back and tell people the funny part about that.
So I saved the magic user. I've taken 3 levels of exhaustion, which if you play D&D, you know that that's not a good thing.
So many not good.
I was very bad. So because my speed's halved and I'm already, you know, a tiny gnome, the powerful wizard picked me up to carry me through the library. Ended up, as I discovered later, using his last wish spell.
Like a fucking wish spell. He broke his own finger.
Yeah, he broke his own finger to get the ring off that was melted to his hand.
Oh.
To wish me to the forge, which had whatever thing that this fire monster wanted. Mm-hmm. And so it's just me in a forge on
he
top of the
basically
meteorite.
teleports you to the monster.
He teleported me to the monster.
Now, mind you, at the same time, this is complete synergy. Like, this is just how it went down. We could not have planned this more perfectly. In the meantime, friend Amanda has a ranger. Really cool ranger.
Little gnome ranger with 2 gnomes.
Little tiny gnome ranger. And then my fighter, I'm like basically up on this monster, hitting it. Mm-hmm. I'm hitting a fire monster with a stick.
Yeah.
And
basically.
somehow it's working. And friend Amanda's like just shooting things at it. So while we're over here shooting things and going, when will this thing die?
And our poor barbarian, Nick's poor barbarian is like, I have nothing ranged and I can't reach it. He was so frustrated the whole night because he had nothing he couldn't get to it.
Yeah.
Because it's moving too fast. So I'm teleported into the forge. Yeah. And the forge guy, the blacksmith, is like, what the fuck are you doing here? And I'm like, hide, now go carry. He's like, it's 300 pounds. And we're literally yelling at each other.
Yeah.
As it breaks down the door.
The only thing that keeps you from killing it as you guys are yelling at each other is I fucking finally got to trip it.
So basically,
because that's all I've been trying to do the whole time.
It fell into the door and it's trying to get to the meteorite to absorb its energy. And I'm like, I have acid! And I throw the acid at it and kill it.
For the 1 hit point that it had left. The 1 hit point. Sam went, you did this? I did this.
But it was...
Meanwhile, Lily and Danae are like, we're fucking exhausted. And she's like, hey, I killed it. Well, I mean, in fairness, you were exhausted.
Yeah, I was like literally.
We literally had 1 hit point left. 1 fucking hit point left.
It was a bunch of, and in the middle of all that, we never saw it, but Leoric, Mr. Phil's character, saw it. A goddamn motherfucking silver dragon.
Oh no, I think I saw it.
Did you?
Yeah, I saw it because he gave me because he's like, you know what it is.
Okay, well,
but yeah, silver dragon.
Silver dragon broke out of the library and just like took off.
Yeah, but silver dragons are good.
They are, but is this like literally a Harry Potter keeping the dragon in the bottom of the library and now it's his situation?
We released it. We saved it. We did it, Patrick. We saved the city. Everything's on fire.
Everything is on fire.
Fire. Sorry.
So we'll see where things go from there. But now we're level 4.
But also we have like a really cool one shot that we'll get to tell you guys about next week.
Yes.
Because domestic partner Jesse's birthday's coming up.
Yes.
So we're doing a real fun one shot with another friend of the pod.
Yes. A friend of the pod has not been technically on the show, but we've been on his show.
Yeah. We'll get him here.
Yeah,
actually, I don't know that he's a Stargate person.
He's not really.
Yeah. That's fine.
We'll get him on some tangent cast. We'll actually be interested in.
Oh, just you wait. Men can talk.
You think I talk.
Yeah. But it'll be good times. It was fun.
It was a thing.
Yeah. We did things.
And I am on episode 112 of Vox Machina. So we will very soon have a tangent cast.
Oh, yeah, we can do that.
No, we're very soon having a tangent cast about Vox Machina.
I'm good with that.
About the first campaign for Critical Role.
Because Nixie's not obsessed at all.
I don't know what you're talking about. You remember that whole thing where I just casually like things?
Super just surface-like.
Surface-like. Mm-hmm. I don't really get down deep into things. Things don't literally take over my entire existence.
To the point of you love things so fervently that you make me question whether I like anything at all. Like, do I even like things? What if I don't even like things?
I think that's my superpower.
Because I don't know that I like anything that way.
I think my superpower is just how in depth into like. Listen, I have watched. It's been over 2 months, just barely over 2 months, but I've watched the entire first campaign in just over 2 months. That's not healthy. A.
Uh-huh.
And B, it's not like I've been not doing anything else except for this.
Sure. Totally.
November 15th, 2005, or maybe January 28th. November 2004. Listen,
What?
here's the thing, okay, people. All of a sudden, the dates for these fucking episodes got confusing.
Huh.
One website has it as November 15th, 2004. Another website has January 20th, 2005. I don't know when this fucking episode aired anymore.
November 15th and or January 28th.
And like the rest of the whole season is fucked that way.
Ooh,
So I don't know when episodes aired anymore
that's exciting.
at all. So
Somewhere.
somewhere
No, wait, it would be 2015 or January
No.
2006.
it would be 05.
05 or 06.
I wrote this down wrong.
Got it.
It's
That's
04
to 05.
or 05.
Somewhere in the winter of 04 to
Somewhere.
05. Got it.
The one thing I do know, it was both written and directed by Peter DeLuise.
Hey, I know him.
So Richard Ian Cox
Mhm.
is Dr. Gall.
Aww.
He's actually best known for his voice work, the one that most people probably know him from. I've never watched this show. However, the Adult Swim commercial for this show is ingrained in my head like a motherfucking meme. Inuyasha!
Oh, wow.
This is what we used to yell instead of Marco Polo in stores to find each other.
Oh, wow.
We still yell it to this day. Inuyasha! Kagome! Inuyasha! He's the voice of Inuyasha.
Got it.
That's literally the only thing I know about that show is that Adult Swim commercial.
I've never really got into. Is that technically anime?
It is.
Or is it just American voice dubbing? Do
I
we
think
know?
it is technically an anime.
I don't know my way around anime.
I don't either. I unfortunately never really got into it.
I
However,
don't know that world.
many of my friends are super into that world.
Yeah. And you have to watch Cowboy Bebop.
I did, and then I was just like, "Where's the corgi?" And
Yeah.
I didn't get far enough in to have the corgi. I got an episode and a half in.
Just skip the first one. That's what I do with all of life because I don't know
Basically.
how to love things as hard as you do.
I have
Just
tried
first
because I
one.
figured if I'm going to love anything, it's Cowboy Bebop, and I
Mhm.
can't explain to you. The animation is beautifully done, but it's animation I like as a still and don't necessarily love as moving. It's like I understand it's really a beautiful art form, but it's
Oh, yeah.
somehow not one that I can get emotionally invested in.
I don't know why that is. I wonder what it is.
I don't know. However, Avatar,
Maybe it's
I was
because of
able
our
to.
American sensitivity. Because
it
it's
probably
not real anime.
100% is.
It's Nickelodeon.
And I knew that's something 100%. I knew Avatar going in was an Americanized animation style, and somehow that was able to keep my interest.
Yeah. It's got to be something.
I'm just an uncultured swine,
We're just terrible humans. We have puppy.
basically. I'm a horrible American, basically. James is back as all the wraith ever.
Oh, yeah.
The other thing I wanted to address, because it's something that's going around the Stargate community right now, the whole situation of Stargate expiring on Hulu.
Oh.
There is really conflicted reports.
Oh, I did see that it says expires.
It does. Now, some
Soon.
people have contacted Hulu, specifically called Hulu and contacted them. And it's like, no, it's not actually expiring. We don't have it anywhere on expiration list. It's not going anywhere. Other people have called Hulu and said, like, SG1 is staying, but Atlantis and Universe is leaving. Other people have called and goes, no, it's expiring on Wednesday. Other people have called and goes, no, it's completely staying. So we don't know. Come Wednesday, we'll find out.
Yeah. Now, do we have other options to watch it? I know it's on Prime.
It is still on Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
It is still, if anyone subscribed, and I know we have to the Stargate specific streaming
yes.
service.
Yeah, it's on there.
I also have most of all the seasons on Blu-ray and DVD for us.
So are they available to watch? No, I'm just saying for listeners.
Yeah.
Are they available to buy still?
Yes, they're
Out
also
of the
they're
world.
100%.
So they're not out of print.
No, they're not out of print anyway.
They're not out of print. They're on
No.
Amazon Prime.
And
we have options.
They are actually now. someone correct me if I'm wrong, because I have old DVD versions of almost all of SG1, but everything that's available to be on Blu-ray is. I don't know if they've gone back and digitized the early seasons of SG1, but all of the last couple seasons of SG1, do not look up SG1 on Amazon, Grace. I see your finger hovering over Amazon.
See if it was available.
You can't look up SG1. You can look up the other ones.
Okay.
There's reasons that you cannot go up SG1.
Okay, I'm gonna look up Atlantis.
You can look up Atlantis.
Okay.
Atlantis. Well, you don't have to look up Atlantis. Atlantis, I know for a fact, is available on Blu-ray, as same as Universe.
Got it.
And like I said, I know they're all out. My only question is I don't know if the early seasons are out on Blu-ray, like a digital high-res version.
Here, I'll let you look if you want.
We'll just tell you later.
For now, I did the math, and you can pay as much for Amazon as you do for Hulu, if not less.
Yeah.
Because it just feels like more because you pay it once.
Because you pay it all at once. Yeah. No, we have both. We enjoy both. We're also going to use our Prime members for Twitch for reasons that
I like
will not
Amazon.
explain.
Also, Good Omens is on there.
Good Omens is amazing if you haven't seen it.
Yeah, I have not seen it yet.
Holy crap. We will have a tangent cast on that hopefully too, even if it's a real short one, so we can just gush when you are done watching it over how amazing Good Omens is.
Well, we're playing this game.
Yeah.
I will take what is it, counsel?
Yes.
I will seek counsel to all our listeners. I have 2 weeks left in this class.
You can do it.
Shit class. If I do nothing else for the rest of the class, I can still pass with a passing grade.
That's the important part.
Now, remember,
grace is a grace.
So do I continue to do the work and get a good grade, or do I just get the passing grade? Now, here's another caveat.
Yes.
This is not through my school.
Nope.
This is a summer program through one of the JCs. And the grade, the GPA does not transfer.
Here's the thing, because you are enough of me that you're not going to completely quit.
Yeah.
However,
except I might a little bit.
It's more if you're not gonna. It's conservation of energy.
Yeah.
You're not gonna go over the board and completely stress yourself out and pull all-nighters to study. But you'll glance over the notes. You'll take in what you can in the time that you have.
There's already one homework due today that I haven't started.
You'll fill out what you can in the time that you have.
Yeah.
You're going to take the test and guess at least.
Yeah. I mean, they are multiple choice.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's just conservation of energy.
That's what I'll do.
Yeah.
I can make that work.
Yeah. Alrighty. It's almost 20 minutes in and we should maybe talk about Stargate.
What are you even talking about?
So we start with a few new blue shirts on the back of a jumper while John teaches McKay how to fly the jumper or fly the baby in a straight-ish worst straight line you've ever seen in your life. I mean, in space, all motion is relative, right?
Sure.
Except when not. So in the back, Gaul, even though there's inertial dampener, he's not feeling anything. Gaul knows he's moving. Therefore, he knows he's getting motion sick.
I've been there. Look, I've been there because I've been given nausea medication, but I'm like, no, I know that this makes me feel nauseated. So therefore I might.
You're an indoor kid. Gaul's also an indoor kid, I punch. So apparently, they're on their way to this satellite, the Lagrange Point satellite that Gaul discovered. So therefore, Gaul gets to go see it. I don't know what the fuck Abrams did, but Abrams there too.
Yeah.
So when driving a jumper, keep your hands at 9 and 3, and never take your hands off the controls. This is why parents get someone to teach their kids.
Turn down the radio.
Turn down the what?
Don't be fidgeting with things.
Don't text while flying.
Yep. But it can wait. Sorry, what other dumb things are there?
So also, John does take over the controls as they get closer to the satellite. It is a big, beautiful Dark Crystal satellite, by the way.
It's a giant snowflake ship.
If you haven't seen the Dark Crystal trailer, oh my god, it's so good. If you seriously have not seen the Dark Crystal trailer?
I live under a rock called biology for pre-med students. And then before that, I lived under a different rock.
I literally intended to pause this podcast.
No, we will do it after.
Okay. But this Dark Crystal is about the size of a gold mothership.
I've decided it's a snowflake and it's
fine.
Christmas Town.
Okay.
They're going to Christmas Town.
This is Halloween. This is Halloween. And it's on the edge of the solar system. It was apparently the ancients' last line of defense before Atlantis. Just the solar system is big, and there's like a lot of places, a lot of vectors that you can be coming into Atlantis. You just pick one to put a giant fucking satellite around a planet.
Yeah, sure.
Just on the off chance that that's the one direction the wraith come through.
You never know. Let's just throw in here. Maybe once upon a time there was a lot of these. No, there wasn't. I'm done. They're done.
Anyway,
that's why they died.
It's
sorry.
The satellite is dead. There's no energy readings. It's been sitting there for 10,000 years. But there is a low frequency repeating pattern coming from the planet that the platform orbits. It is a wraith distress signal.
Hey, that's not good. There's wraith on the Christmas wreath. Credits.
And a wraith sitting in a pear tree. So when we come back, they're reporting all of this back to Weir on Atlantis. Odds are that the satellite shot the ship down, and the ship's been sitting there emitting a signal for 10,000 years. McKay, of course, wants to check it out because science.
Yeah.
Hashtag science. Also, fun fact, it took them 15 hours in the jumper.
That's a long road trip. That is quite a road trip.
It's a really long road trip. Also, another fun fact, the ionization in the atmosphere conveniently makes radio communication almost a no-go. Which McKay and John give Gull like a death glare, like the hand choke off when they say that. They're like, we're trying to let us go to the mall on our own.
You just told her about all the fucking people selling drugs there.
Yeah.
That we were planning to buy and smoke in the back.
So naturally, John agrees with McKay that how can they resist not exploring this crashed alien spaceship?
We should know not to trust those two together.
Their interest is purely professional.
I believe that.
They do get the go ahead.
Those two are going to set the house on fire one day.
Yes, but they do have to check in every 3 hours with Mom. So they land.
Did your mom make you check in every couple hours?
Yes, but also I frequently didn't go places. The problem is like a lot of times I was at one friend's house, which I do remember a couple times where I forgot the check-in time and I got in trouble.
Oh yeah, that'll happen.
But otherwise, basically, you could find me at the high school theater.
There you go.
Or the dance studio.
Yeah.
They knew when dance ended.
Yeah.
And that was home.
I got in trouble for not checking in a lot.
I think we firmly established that we were two very different types of teenagers.
However, as I got older and wanted to play by their rules, they weren't available for me to check in with. Exhibit A, when I traveled to Europe.
Yes.
By myself. With my other friend, who's also basically a child.
Yes.
Every time I called home, nobody picked up.
See, I'll say when I went, now I think I was a few years older than you when I went. I was in my mid-20s.
Yeah.
I didn't call. I just emailed.
Oh, okay.
Basically, what I would do is every time I had Wi-Fi, I'd email going, we're here now. Bye.
Yeah.
Type thing.
It was like, we're checking in every country. Okay, thanks for not answering. Bye.
So they land on the desert planet and still bickering. They head off in the direction, recreating a scene from Star Trek 4. Everyone remember where we parked?
Yes.
As I cloaked the ship. I mean, the ship was already cloaked in Star Trek 4, but just go with me on that.
It still works.
Go with me on that.
It's now canon.
They hike through in the hot, horrible sand. This is
strangely no longer Vancouver.
No, it is. It's just outside of Vancouver. They filmed here, and I forget where this is. Hold up. I have this. Hold up. I know the place. They filmed SG1 episodes here as well.
Vancouver Desert.
It's the Richmond Sand Dunes.
Wow. And
the Richmond Sand Dunes, hold up. I'm going to pull this up. They're in Richmond, Canada. I used to live in Richmond, America, so it's weird that there's a Richmond, Canada. This is the most exciting podcast guys
ever. This is so much fun for all of you.
Yeah, it's literally like right in
it's just south of Vancouver.
Yeah, it's really close. And if I remember correctly, they have like one little spot that you can film without seeing city.
That's That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Got it.
Back to the thing.
Back to northern to Canada.
Back to desert planet.
Mm-hmm.
It is hot, and we're reminded how not all the scientists are built for outdoor kid work.
No. Yeah. That's what it's like.
Usually that's McKay as well. There's still a little bit of McKay. McKay is undergoing his transformation.
Well, because you've got the other indoor kid who's less.
He's more indoor
now
kid.
He's like, look how cool I am.
Uh-huh.
I'm not as indoor kid as you, therefore I'm cooler by comparison.
And these little space bugs pop out, very much like Prodigy in SG1.
Oh yeah.
Except
I need more about the bugs.
less assholey.
Yeah. These seem like they're good guys.
They do. Well,
they might be.
I think these are very much just neutral. Like these are just like base
They're
survival bugs.
Got it.
And they just kind of leave it alone, like you would an angry wasp.
Yeah.
So they come across.
You would think, but there's a wasp nest near on our roof, and I keep wanting to touch it, and I know that I shouldn't, but I can't.
You really shouldn't.
No, I shouldn't.
You really
but I
shouldn't.
really want to.
As someone who has been bitten by wasps and reacts to bug bites, you really shouldn't.
No.
Not good times. So they come across the wraith ship. It's not quite the size of a hive ship, but it's still huge. And they land. The ship landed hard here. Yeah. It's half buried. And it's also been here again, 10,000 years. And John
it's very much like the thing we find. What's her face on? Oh God. Wraith.
Yes.
It's like the thing that she's scavenging through. Yeah. Very much that ship.
And through the binoculars, John can see just skeletons littering the ground outside of it.
Yeah.
Thankfully, there's no life signs coming from it, at least.
Super cool. Not discouraging at all.
So they go take a look because they clearly don't sense any life forms coming from it. At the entrance, there's some faint power weedings, some gooey membranes, and they head in. Although Abrams is like, someone should stay outside.
I don't like this game.
But eventually he does suck it up and head in with the rest.
Yikes.
They wander through cobwebs and darkness and cobwebs and creepy. And
it's like the best haunted house you'll ever see.
And then Gull just heads off on his own. Great idea. When you
split part one of Don't Split the Party.
When you split the party, you really should go off on your own.
Yeah.
I literally split the party last night. Went off on my own.
You absolutely did.
But at least it ended well.
We didn't die.
Sam may do that more.
Yeah.
So they come across this one wraith soldier. Just he's sitting there covered in cobwebs. Looks like he just sat down to die.
Yeah.
And I love how John knows that Carson's gonna want samples from the dead enemy gooey guy.
He's like, our weird friend is gonna want weird things. Go get weird things for our weird friend.
Man, I want to make a character based on Carson in the future.
Yeah. Just a weird dude.
He's gonna have he may be a cleric, but there'll be some necromancy spells in him.
That works.
Yeah.
He'd be like a grave cleric or something.
Something that he has enough light in him. He's just also gonna really like the necromancy spells.
Yeah, that's fair.
So John and McKay lean down, hoping it's dead. It's gotta be dead, right? And then they discover that not only is it dead, but it died by being drained of life by another wraith.
Yeah, I didn't know they could cannibalize themselves.
Wraith cannibalism. They didn't either.
Cool.
To be fair, they didn't know they would do that either.
Yeah, that's not, because this enemy needed to be any creepier.
That's like last resort shit.
Yeah. Oh, no thanks.
So Gull calls to them from some distance away. It's just a room of stasis chambers holding former humans.
It's just a, food storage cellar.
It literally is a food storage cellar.
Welcome to our pantry.
So the ship is a pantry ship.
Uh-huh.
They're pretty sure it probably was bringing food to the wraith that were attacking Atlantis.
Jeez.
Cool.
So nice.
John and McKay are going to go find the bridge, and they're going to leave the two scientists here to do a head count and get some video and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the blue shirts wanted field work.
Yeah,
this is field work.
Yeah, everybody thinks field work's going to be fun. It's always the shit work.
It usually sucks. Yeah,
but it's like everybody thinks they're going to be the one who heads the field work. Spoilers, no.
Can I tell you that there's a part of my, again, all kids want to be a million things. There's a solid part of my childhood that I really wanted to be an archaeologist and specifically a paleontologist until I realized most of that involved deserts.
And math.
Oh, no, the math did not freak me out as much as hot deserts.
Well, see, and I think of field work because, again, comm student.
Yeah.
I think of the amount of people you have to talk to and listen to and pay attention to. And I'm like, my brain is.
But not if you're a paleontologist.
Yeah, that's true. They're all dead.
They're all dead. It's just dinosaurs.
Damn, that's cool.
I know. So back in Atlantis, Weir makes sure Ford is ready to go for a rescue mission just in case, because she has a bad feeling about this.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the okay.
Yeah.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Well, I think she knew it was bad the minute she said okay.
She knew it was bad when the minute was McKay and John had an idea together. When they were
salivating as they asked if they could go do the thing. Yeah.
So as McKay and John go lurking through the city, McKay is going on about how he needs to interface with the ship and how to do it, blah, blah, blah. And John is just contemplating how long the wraith could feed on all of those humans.
Yeah.
I mean, 10,000 years is like the dawn of civilization. So really there's no chance at all that any of them, I mean, there's no one could
just
survive.
Just don't think about it.
That long. Hard. And they suddenly both realize that, yeah, there's actually a really good possibility that something's still alive on the ship.
You're all screwed.
And in the human cold storage pantry, our two blue shirts are still looking around.
Do you think at some point they realized, you and I are expendable? Do you realize that we were sent out to die? Yeah.
So on the edge of like a nervous breakdown, and John's radio signal is breaking up as he tries to tell them to fall back to the jumper. And just then a wraith ghost shows up. Gull freaks out. Abrams freaks out. Reports it to John. John and McKay start double timing it.
Oh yeah, they're like, "Hey, we're gonna die now. Bye." It was
dash action. Yeah. Dash action. We get back to the scientist. Gull has his gun drawn, pointing it at Abrams. Great idea to have a poorly, probably not expertly trained person pointing his pistol at his friend. Both of them were terrified, and actually, Abrams sees behind Gull a wraith drop down. Backhand Gull and start feeding on Abrams.
Oh, not cool.
And by the time John and McKay get there, Abrams is dead. He's aged, and Gull is gone. He's actually being dragged away by the wraith covered in cobwebs. Start of a little cocoon.
That's what you do with your food. You cocoon it like a spider, because that's what normal things do.
I mean, that's what I do.
Normal humanoid things.
You've looked at our fridge, right?
Yeah, it's just
everything's cocooned and filled.
Yeah.
And now the wraith is actually on the life signs detector. Remember,
what would you do if you walked into a person's house and their fridge was just like a bunch of weird bottles?
What are in the bottles?
Like red liquid, or just a bunch of like.
How well do I know the person? Is it you?
Like no, like a newish friend.
Yeah, no, I text Grace going, call me to leave.
Oh, okay. And they're like, sit down, and they poured you a drink.
It's like the serial killer whose like whose bathroom was just filled with bags filled with leaves.
That's not weird.
Remember that one?
No.
Was that My Favorite Murder? It was a more recent one. And apparently his bathroom was bags.
That sounds familiar.
Filled with leaves. In an organized fashion. It's like tacked to the wall.
I do remember this.
Yeah. That's when you text someone and go SOS.
Either that
it's like a blind date SOS.
Or when someone's house is like too perfectly manicured.
I mean, clearly that's my house.
It's like Patrick Bateman.
Clearly that's my house is just way too clean all the time.
You're such a fucking serial killer. Our house is just dogs.
Dogs all the time.
It's just exists of dog. Okay.
Your house is dog. But remember, you know how we didn't see the wraith in the life signs detector before, and we see him now? Yeah, they don't show up when they're hibernating.
No, I feel like we should have known that.
They do know that.
I feel like we did know that.
They did know that.
And we didn't think about the fact that we knew that.
So Gull is being dragged away, and they take the guns and the ammo off Abrams and head out. Elsewhere, Gull wakes up as the wraith is going through his pack, and he's fucking terrified.
Yeah.
As anyone should be.
Yeah. He's doing the thing that they tell you to do with serial killers. I feel like there's a lot of serial killer talk in this one, where he's like, I have
this
a family.
This is just AKA my favorite wraith.
My favorite wraith.
My favorite wraith. This is just the my favorite murder episode of Atlantis.
My favorite Atlantis. It is my favorite wraith. Okay.
So on Atlantis, before they can even be overdue with their check-in, Weir's like, yeah, I have a bad feeling about this. So, hey, Ford and Taylor and Markham and some other dude.
Hey, the red shirts.
With enough ordnance to fight a small war, can you go save them?
Yeah.
She has some intuition and paranoia running, which will serve her well.
She basically, the minute she let them out, she's like, nope, this was the stupid idea. Let's go get him. Go get him, go get him, go get him.
So
I fucked up.
Ordnance is sadly the one thing that John is lacking, and he knows how much it takes to take a wraith out. So he raids that warrior's body they found earlier for his little circly, probably explosive devices.
That'll work.
The wraith just demand answers from Gaul, where he's from, where his ship is, what his favorite color is, his favorite drink. Gaul refuses to answer, for now at least. And the wraith is just going to kill him anyway, he feels.
You know, I'll give him that. He tried.
He tried.
He knew what was at stake.
Yeah. And the wraith does agree that, yeah, I'll kill you, but just not all at once. And he starts to feed on him. And John and McKay hear these screams and book it.
You're like, oh, this is where it ends now.
So the wraith hears them coming and jumps away like some freaking weird spider monkey creature. As John and McKay find Gaul with a huge wound on his chest. And they can see that
the fact that he's alive.
I know.
Because it looks like he's just kind of like, I'm just going to punch you through the heart. Yikes.
One Punch Man. And so they see in the left-hand sector the wraith has left the ship. They tear the cocoon away from Gaul as he breaks down in fear, almost hyperventilating. John tries to calm him down, and we also learn that Gaul is paralyzed, at least temporarily, from his shoulders down.
It is full-on spider venom.
Yeah.
Venom? Yes. Not poison, right?
Oh.
Anyway.
I know there's clearly a difference, and whenever I read the difference, I'm like, oh, yeah, that's a difference. But then 5 minutes after I read it, I forget what the difference is again.
Fair.
So the Gaul ended up telling him where the jumper was, just out of
pain. Sure.
I don't fault him. Their only advantage they have right now is that the wraith can't fly it, but he will have all their weapons, their food. Not that he cares about the food or the water.
Yeah,
and maybe a subspace radio, which could be bad.
Yikes.
John is fast though, and without hearing anything else, John makes a judgment call to leave Gaul and McKay here, split the party, go after the wraith in the zone.
Keep splitting the party. Just keep splitting them forever.
And McKay tries to stand his ground, and John's like, I don't give a fuck. This is my call. I'm going.
Yeah, dumb.
He's going to try to beat them to the ship. Don't call over the radio until they hear from John, because they know the other jumper's going to be here eventually. Cut to John running.
I do love this. They're like, look, we know that Weir shouldn't have let us go, which means that she probably by now knows that she shouldn't have let us go, which means someone's coming. And I will say that John and I made the same joke because I wrote down, what's the wraith going to do? Hotwire the jumper? And then like maybe 2 seconds later, he's like, I don't want him to hotwire the jumper. Yeah. Okay, I'm done.
So McKay breaks away the rest of the cobwebs, getting a good look at Gaul's aged face, hoping like it's just the one wraith that's left.
Yikes. Yeah, let's not wake any more wraith.
And Gaul, he's like, I don't want to die out here. He's like, I mean, because, and he starts joking that like people would talk that, oh, conveniently he died, and McKay's just afraid that Gaul would outshine him because he's so intelligent and young.
An attempt was made.
Gaul wants to see how much older he looks, and McKay's like, "No, you look fine."
I will give McKay credit. He's never been this compassionate.
Yeah,
ever in the show.
But eventually he does show him his face, and he's horrified.
Well, yeah.
McKay does his best to comfort him.
This is why nature ages us slowly.
Yeah.
I'm trying to imagine what would have happened. Like,
Well, it's a frog in a boiling pot of water.
Right. I just think of like, you know, you look at your face every day and you think, I look the same. But what if you were like, you took yourself 10 years ago?
Yeah.
And then looked in the mirror today? We would lose our shit.
No, Grace, have you seen pictures of me 10 years ago?
No, you probably look the same.
I have pictures of me in high school, and someone like, I'm sure the next 10 years will not be as kind to me.
Well, we'll see.
But
maybe they will.
I mean, I have pictures of me in high school, and all look much different.
Well, some of us
those
are not
some
lucky.
Those are some good genes I got from my mother.
Some of us are not that lucky.
So no, that's not it. But that's what I'm saying. It's like a boiling pot of water where if you like gradually spent the next 30 years getting to that age, you wouldn't notice this huge horrifying thing. But when all of a sudden it's because a wraith has aged you artificially as they were sucking the soul out of you.
Listen, I could tell Grace 10 years ago that mowing the lawn will make her calves hurt. Will make her calves hurt the next day. And she'd be like, you're full of shit. You're literally just walking.
Yeah.
And then I could be like, nope. It does. It hurts.
Here's my thing. That's a giant fucking mirror for him to just have in his pack.
That is weird.
Vest.
Yeah.
That's a giant mirror. And John doesn't have that giant mirror because he later uses that little itsy tiny.
Maybe they have one giant mirror amongst them. And McKay likes to look at himself all the time.
Like it's a
McKay's like the guy who sat there and like poked at his nose hairs to make sure they weren't sticking out. Maybe. And just plucking them.
I'm just saying, it's a giant fucking mirror.
He's a big ass mirror. He needs it for science.
Science reasons.
Yeah.
Hashtag science. So on the planet, the wraith follows the team's footprints, marching directly back. Here's the thing. Like you can cloak the shuttle, but there's a fuck ton of footprints stopping at the invisible shuttle.
How about anybody who wants to like just kind of sweep up behind y'all? Just a little bit, maybe? No?
Just a comb. We used to comb the desert.
Yeah. Comb the desert.
Anyway, so Gaul must have had the remote somehow to uncloak the ships or more than a remote.
Why?
Oh no.
So many loopholes. Also, why give the remote to the red shirt?
I'm thinking there's maybe more than one remote.
Maybe
John would not have given him randomly the remote.
No. I feel like there's definitely more than one. I think when they split the party, I bet McKay and John had one. And when they split the party, they're like, here, you guys have one in case you need to run.
Hopefully.
That's what I think.
And he starts button mashing and on the jumper. Nothing works for him because he's a wraith.
Yeah.
And he just screams. And John comes to the ridge.
Sometimes that's what I do when things don't work. Just scream.
That's how I play all video games usually.
I just scream at the
Just button mash and scream.
Sometimes I do that at work.
Or like tilt the controller.
Yeah, that was always good.
Oh, when I'm playing Mario Kart, that controller is tilting like it is a steering wheel. So rescue is on his way 6 hours in of the 15-hour trip. No one has checked in. Well,
they're like, hey, does anybody want to play the alphabet
6 hours into when they're supposed to be there. So they should have had to check in twice. And so there may be like 4 hours in.
Yeah.
By the way, I don't know if I've ever mentioned to you or if you ever picked up that Ford is not in the Air Force.
He's not.
He's a Marine.
Oh.
Which is why the other two's are Marines.
Wow.
Markham and Random Dude are also Marines.
I'm not smart enough to notice those things.
Yeah. So Ford is actually
aware enough.
Ford is a lieutenant in the Marines and not in the Air Force. We're so used to everyone being Air Force.
Yeah, I just assume that they're all Air Force people.
Yeah, no, he's a Marine.
Cool. I like Marines.
Marines are cool.
Marines are great. They're all nuts in the best way possible.
So it's just Taylor and 3 Marines. They're about to go lay down the law on this raid.
So basically the badasses of Assery and all of the Assery-ness.
So on the other side of the solar system, Ford is running this rescue mission.
What card games do you play? Because you can't actually, I know I made a joke, you can't actually play the alphabet game.
No, you can't.
Because what do you say? Oh, star again.
I mean,
star again.
Yeah. I mean, it depends. Is everyone going to play except for the pilot? You can bring some Phase 10 along. Listen, if I was going somewhere, I would bring Phase 10.
What do you play in the car?
Well, you only have 3, so you can't play euchre.
Never played euchre. I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, that's right. That's a northern thing. You need 4. It's a card game where you need 4 people and you sort of on teams across the table from each other, and you collect.
How do you play that in the car?
You don't. But I'm just saying, if the pilot was able to go on autopilot, then they could sit in the back.
I guess they could do that.
Yeah.
What would you play in the car? All I ever did in car rides was color or look out the fucking window.
I would read, I would devour books in the car.
I tried, and I think I would get seasick.
I now get seasick. It's the most depressing thing in the entire world. I cannot read on car trips anymore.
I can't read in car trips only because I don't have the attention span. I
used to deep dive. We used to go on these long car trips, and we had the van, so you had the extra back row on the back.
Yeah.
And we'd have the little shelf off the back, so not everything had to be in the car or a car rack on top. And so the dog, they'd have 2 captain seats in the second row.
Yeah.
For me and Matt. And then the dog, we'd take one of the captain seats out, and the dog would be there.
Oh.
Because
on the floor. Yeah.
It's a giant dog.
Yeah. It needed its own seat.
It's a giant dog. Well, it's on the floor in the dog bed.
Well, yeah. Needed its own
And so basically what I would do is I'd get the back row.
Uh-huh.
And then you'd have some suitcases next to me, but they'd be lower and not stacked up high, so that I could loosen my seatbelt and then turn sideways and then lay down and read books for 12 hours straight.
Jesus. No, I don't know what the hell I did.
I devoured books.
I feel like I blocked it from my memory.
Those are the area that I was devouring. I read Star Trek novels for my entire high school career, and it's almost the only thing that I read. I would read 2 Star Trek books each way.
I don't know what this says about me, but I was that kid that just enjoyed looking out the window. Maybe I'm part dog.
You might be part dog.
Because one of my favorite games to play, and I blame my dad for this.
Yeah.
And you can only do this where we grew up, is guess what's growing in that field. As you drive past it, going 70 miles an hour. So I can tell you what broccoli looks like going 70 miles an hour past.
I spent a couple years in Indiana. I guarantee if you drive by a field, it's corn.
Yeah, because but you learn. You're like, oh, look, that's onion. Oh, that's broccoli.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
You have never been more California ever. No, I would sit there. I'd lay down and read, and and
then I'd look in other people's cars. Maybe that's where my obsession with people started.
I did always look in other people's cars. But I would just poke my head up every couple hours to see what state we're in, and then sink back down.
Or one of the games that I actually enjoy now is I have conversations of people in other cars.
That I don't do.
It's really fun.
Okay.
Where you just decide what they're saying. It's bad lip reading.
Yeah.
It's basically bad lip reading. Yeah. It's really fun though.
I just pay attention to any cars with dogs in them.
There you go.
So John calls to McKay, letting him know that the wraith got to the jumper first.
Fucking fucker.
He's not coming back to the wraith ship. This is his motherfucking ship.
Yeah.
McKay's like, the fuck are you doing, Captain Kirk?
Yeah.
Get off my plane.
Yeah, jeez.
So John doesn't want to take the risk of the wraith on the ship either way.
Mm-hmm.
He notices some snow next to him and gets the feeling that nights on this planet are less than warm.
Yeah. Not going to be okay later. It's going to get super sucky.
So if they have to wait to the rescue jumper, the guy who's been around here for 10,000 years is most likely going to win.
Uh-huh.
And if all goes well, John will quickly win the fight and then fly the jumper to them. And if not,
then we'll figure it out then.
John's like, let's not think of it or not.
Yeah.
We just have to stay positive. Look, Gaul can move his toes. Things are looking up.
Yay.
In the most non-reassuring voice ever.
Mm-hmm.
So the wraith rummages around.
He's like, hey man, I've got really cool glasses on.
Yeah.
Everything's going to be cool.
These are,
yeah,
as others may not, I don't get to wear my sunglasses all the time. Mm-hmm. But when I do, they're aviators.
Yes.
Sunglasses, to me, this is a personal thing. Mm-hmm. To me, sunglasses must be aviators.
And to me, wayfarers.
And I'm fairly certain This is the one thing that I've carried over into my adult life from Top Gun.
Wayfarers.
Because I was obsessed with that movie at way too young.
Grace, punk kid, also rock and roll.
See, Nick is more your route.
Yeah.
Nick is more your route.
Yeah.
He has a very specific sunglasses he likes, and they're much closer to your Wayfarers.
Yeah.
I must have aviators.
That's fine.
Simple thing. Teach his own. So, as the wraith rummages around the ship, John calls over the radio that this is his ship, and he wants it back. And yes, the ship is Atlantean, and yes, your side lost. And actually tells him that he is the only wraith left living.
That's a great fake out.
It's a great fake out.
Good job.
Because the guy has no way to prove it.
Uh-huh.
So he's like, yeah, come out and we'll talk about this. And as soon as he steps out, John just lays down a volley of gunfire.
Talk about it with my guns.
Gun talk. And you can see the bullet holes. Because he lays him down. Like, he goes down, but you can see the bullet holes heal as John carefully walks forward. Shoots him a couple more times for good measure. Mm-hmm. The wraith actually stealthily picks up this pistol that was laying next to him and starts firing back at John. And hits both John's gun and his arm.
Yeah,
as
that's
he, like,
shitty.
dives behind a rock.
That's real fucking shitty. We are learning, though, that John's a wild card.
Yes.
John's just a wild card. He's like, yeah, what can I throw now? Like, he's like the guns and ammo equivalent of throwing the sun at something.
Yes.
Or blowing up a sun.
But he also, just like Jack, has a very high constitution.
Yes. Otherwise, see, here's my theory.
Yeah.
You're born with a high constitution, which turns you into this person.
Yeah, I'm sure.
This crazy person who's like, oh, I'm going to do all these weird, crazy things because anyone else who tried it once would die.
Besides the fact that I fully believe that you pretty much have to have a high constitution to either make it through like officer training or through boot camp to basically be in the military.
I agree. Yeah.
Which is why I would fail.
I would be tired. I'm tired thinking about it.
I
took a nap in between building a D&D character.
I just inhaled rum.
Okay.
I'm good.
We're going to cut it out. Take your time. Take your time.
I'm good.
Okay.
First time. 170-some podcasts.
I'm impressed.
I started talking too quickly. And I inhaled the rum.
That's not how that goes. Rum goes through mouth.
Oh, that went straight into my lungs.
Woo!
I'm tearing up.
Rum is good. Rum is good time.
Rum is good. I'm good. Okay.
Here, while you try not to die. I'm going to share the story.
Okay.
About how I have no constitution, only for our video folks.
Go for it.
Because
I'm going to get some water.
I woke up and we had breakfast.
Yes.
Pancakes. Gluten-free, mind you, because among the things that my constitution cannot handle, gluten is now one of them. So I made gluten-free pancakes. And then we built D&D characters. And then I was so tired from that and taking meds that I fell asleep and had a nap in order to be able to record a pod today. That is how my life works.
Okay.
I have like a -5 constitution.
I was going to say before I inhaled rum, and I think I'm one of those people who think she has a lower constitution, but then when shit hits the fan, may have a higher constitution.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I have a pretty good adrenaline dump that'll get me through things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Okay. So if you can leave this part in.
Okay.
So voice sounds a little weird for a bit because just rum went through my lungs.
Nixie just tried to breathe rum.
I just tried water breathing with
really
rum.
Really cool magic trick.
It doesn't work.
Yeah, she hasn't quite mastered it.
So if I sound like I've smoked a pack of cigarettes for a while,
it's your Captain Hepburn voice.
It's my Captain Hepburn voice. There may be some rum stuck in there for a bit. So anyway, he tumbles over the ridge.
Mm-hmm.
Just
it's a really slow tumble.
Ass over tea kettle.
Yeah.
He runs off a bit further. We find out his gun is dead.
Yeah.
He goes to bandage his arm up as the wraith yells that John cannot hope to defeat him. McKay is massaging Gull's hand, hoping to get some movement, hoping to get some blood flowing. It works, but Gull doesn't feel so good.
Yeah. It's not going to be good, dude.
No.
You're a blue shirt.
You're a blue shirt. John calls over the radio that round 1 was a draw, which McKay doesn't like the sound of. There's no way that sounds good. And yeah, John is injured. P90 is dead. And the wraith has a 9mm. Awesome.
Everything is fine.
Everything is awesome. So he's seen a wraith go down with fewer shots than he pummeled into this guy. So there's something more than just him feeding recently. If Gull's fingers can move, stick a gun in them, just for precaution's sake.
Yeah.
And as John is fiddling with the things that he took from the dead wraith, he realizes that one of them is an explosive device, which then starts ticking, and because he accidentally turned it on, so he throws it. And the explosion, the wraith hear it, McKay and Gull hear it.
Again, just chaos muppet. Complete chaos muppet.
And John's like, stay off the radio, I'm busy.
Yeah. Stop playing.
So Gull notices that McKay has changed in the few months they've been on Atlantis. You get the fact that Gull and McKay knew each other before they came here.
Look, I made a little bag. Sorry, guys, I'm playing with magnets.
So McKay actually wants to go out there and fight.
Yeah.
He's like, no, you stupid. There's no way I want to go out there. But Gull is impressed. This is a new side of McKay. And he's like, no, John said to stay alive.
Stay alive.
And stay they will. And McKay does hand Gull the gun, though. So John hides behind a boulder to see what the wraith is up to. He sits down to have an energy bar at the same time.
Well, yeah, you got to keep those sugars going.
Yeah. And he sees the little fireflies show up. They're attracted to the energy bar. And they're not really being shooed away. So puts a little piece on his knee. And the little firefly takes it, flies away, and comes back with more fireflies.
Look, they're adorable, but why are they here?
They just live on the planet.
They have to have a purpose. I don't believe this is it.
Their purpose is to be a distraction at the end of the episode.
Nope.
Okay. So he then throws a larger piece of energy bar away. And he gets up to watch the wraith. He sneaks off. The wraith is messing with the controls in the back, hoping, I'm assuming, to overwrite the DNA lockouts.
Fucking with all the crystals. Yeah.
In the sand dune, John sets off a smoke flare. Running back to the boulder he was hiding at before, the wraith sees a smoke flare. He goes up to investigate, and John takes the chance to go running.
Yeah. But
then breaks his nose, basically, as he smacks face first into this force field.
Yeah.
And he goes down hard. Here's the thing. That is a skill as an actor
to play that.
To run and then hit a blank wall and go down like that.
Yeah. That's true. I hadn't even considered that.
Yeah.
What if it wasn't? What if it was a green screen, like a green thing? And then removed it.
I'm pretty sure he just
fell.
He just pratfalled that. And he's like, oh fuck, retreat. And he goes back running. And the wraith just sees the smoke and gets a little bit of annoyed that he was tricked.
Yeah. I'm surprised he was tricked. I did not think he was going to fall for it. Truly.
I mean, he had a shield to protect the ship.
That's true.
Back with Gull and McKay. McKay does want to go out there. Gull's like, you do you, boo. I'm going to make it out
anyway.
Yeah. I'm going to make it out of here. Which McKay refuses to take as an answer. But Gull feels it. He's so weak, he can literally feel himself dying. And McKay, in comparison, is trying to make Gull stronger by sheer fucking stubborn willpower. Doesn't always work.
No.
So Gull is fairly sure that the wraith left him here with just enough life left that his friends would have to watch him die.
Sure.
And
it sounds like a wraith move.
It does. And of course, McKay's like, he just needs a good meal and some tea and to stop talking. And so Gull closes his eyes and lowers his head. And McKay's like, don't die. He goes, no, what? Told me to stop talking.
Yeah.
We need to look.
Damn it, dude.
Damn it.
Yeah.
So on the surface, the wraith gets back to the ship, tests the shield, and John is just watching, and the reflection of his pocket knife trying to stay hidden, and throws another bit of power bar over as the fireflies come back. The wraith ends up walking through the fireflies, like trying to squish them in his hand as he goes. Trying to.
I feel like they have a bigger job than we're aware of. I'm convinced.
I think they're on the planet.
I want more from them.
Okay.
I don't want them to be this. There's not enough story for them to be this important.
See, and I very much got it of it's just the local wildlife.
I mean, maybe.
Like, they don't seem intelligent. They're not intelligent in any way.
I mean, they're intelligent enough to know where the food is.
Well, that's just baseline survival. Bees know where the food is.
I think we need to know. Bees are smart.
No, bees are. No, I'm not saying they're like. I'm just running their. Bees still run on baseline survival.
Welcome to Grace, the Bug Protector show.
Listen, I used to collect worms after it rained in a bucket, okay?
No, I just feel like there's got to be more to them, or they're a lot of distraction.
I think they're like, hey, we needed this plot point, so let's make them. We did a thing like them in an SG1 episode a while back.
All right.
So on the surface, the wraith gets back to the show. No, he did that part. The rescue team might be just close enough to get a radio signal. And they're about an hour out, and they're going to try and push it to get a little faster. So the wraith starts calling out and taunting John. John left actually a radio on the ground. The wraith goes on taunting. John's like, I can't hear you, like, trying to threaten to suck my life out unless you hit the button on the radio.
Sorry, bye.
He's actually not that far away and can hear the entire thing. But under the radio is another explosive, and it goes boom. And the wraith goes flying. He's not moving, and his face is all burnt up.
Good.
Yeah.
Nice traps.
So McKay and Gull hear this other explosion, and it's just barely inside the ship. McKay is super worried about John at this point. Gull's like, go.
Yeah. Well, he really should.
And McKay's like, I'm not going anywhere. He's like, no, go and fucking save the day.
Yep, and then come back from me when you're done. Bye.
So McKay runs through his options. He just wants to call John on the radio, but he knows he's not supposed to, because if he does and the wraith hear him, then odds are, blah, blah, blah. And he goes on, and all of this is racing through McKay's mind and through McKay's mouth. In the back, you just see Gull pick up the pistol and make the decision for McKay.
This part is horrifying.
It is absolutely horrifying.
This part is really tough to watch.
As it's meant to be.
Yeah. Holy crap.
Yeah.
I feel like Rodney's been through a lot. He is change a lot.
He's being, but
this will definitely change who he is as a human being.
My favorite is that he's not necessarily being forced to change willingly.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, he's just gonna be like, if the writers are good.
Yeah.
So far, I love our writing.
Yes.
The McKay that we see next time will not be the same McKay that left here.
No.
Or that came here. There's just no fucking way you come out of that.
No.
Anyway.
It's that is a like life altering thing.
Yeah. Absolutely it is.
So the wraith out in the sand actually opens his eyes. Gets up, continues to taunt. He's fed on thousands of humans, Atlanteans, his whole crew, and he will feed upon John before the day is done. And he starts shooting blindly in John's direction with a 9mm. When suddenly Ford's voice comes out of the radio. But they're still 20 minutes away.
God damn it.
He tries to tell Wraith that, look, I'm your only ticket off the planet. Only I can fly the ship. And the Wraith's like, well, all I need is your fucking hands.
Yeah. That's why I would make up the lie. It's like, no, I have to be alive when the blood has to be flowing. Sorry, bye. You need to be alive.
But both John and the Wraith are out of ammo. And John just comes at him with a knife, which he sticks into the Wraith's hands. The Wraith gives no shits about it and just sends John flying. And as the Wraith walks away...
that was a nice attempt. Like a very heroic attempt.
Yeah.
Like, oh, God.
That's not going to go well.
Yeah.
And as the wraith walks away, McKay shows up and starts firing his 9mm at him.
Yeah.
And McKay's like, "What do I do?" Just like, keep firing.
How do I do this?
And the wraith turns and slowly starts to like Jason Voorhees march towards McKay, taking every shot almost. And he runs out of ammo. He's like, "Now what?" John's like, "Fucking reload!"
Yeah, do it again. And keep doing that.
And now the wraith is like stuck. You can't decide whether it's going to go after McKay or go after John.
Mm-hmm.
And Ford calls down that they now have him on the HUD.
Thank God. And
on the planet, John gets another energy bar out. And as McKay has no bullets left, John gets up, pistol whips the wraith from behind.
Again, like, okay, fine, but I don't know how good that's going to be in the long run.
He didn't mean to pistol whip him for damage.
Yeah.
He was pistol whipping as a distraction to stick the energy bar in his belt.
Sure.
He didn't intend to that be like actual damage at this wraith.
Yeah.
That was just a distraction. And the fireflies, because of the energy bar, now swarm the wraith.
Mm-hmm.
So he tells Ford to lock on to the biggest life sign they can see and fire.
Mm-hmm.
They don't give a shit that they're too close, just fire.
Yeah.
So, which they do. McKay and John run. A few squid missiles are launched. Bye-bye, wraith.
Seriously, the amount of firepower that they had to use to kill that thing.
It is not surviving that shit.
No. Also, my theory.
Yeah.
They killed all these bugs.
Yeah.
Bug vendetta is coming for the Atlanteans. Bug vendetta is coming.
Okay.
That's what I think.
So McKay and Ford are still alive. The wraith is dead. The rescue team will be there in a few minutes. John thanks McKay. Everyone checks that they're all right. John goes, "Gall?" He's like,
"Yeah, no."
Changing subject.
Hey, you and I made it. Hey.
And he looks away. And they walk back to the ship. Have to put it back together again. Once they get the shield done, at least, that is. John will even let Rodney fly home.
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh, thanks." And they fade out.
Damn it. The bugs are coming back.
You are so focused on bugs.
I'm so honed in on these bugs. And I couldn't tell you why, but I just am. I want to see what happens to McKay. This was an interesting episode.
It was. It's one of those where it doesn't frequently go on my list of ones I always watch. And I'm actually going back to pull up because we haven't in a while done the top 10. It's not one I watch frequently, but when I do, it's enjoyable.
This is the awesome sounds of us searching for a document.
I found it.
Thank goodness.
Okay.
Where are you? Okay, there it is.
There it is. Let me also bring up, just so you have it, just so we haven't missed, because we didn't put the Eye of the Storm, and I know for fact that goes on my list.
Yeah.
So I'm like looking through here. I still have Poison the Wells #1.
Guys, this is a really exciting thing for you. It is us pulling up websites on an audio.
It's super. Podcast. I am going to say that I'm counting the Storm in the Eye as one episode.
Okay.
And that actually beats out Rising, but does not beat on under Poisoning the Well for me. So Underground is actually off my list. So my list, and I do like this episode, but it doesn't make my list. So my list for Stargate Atlantis, season 1, so far, top 5 for Nixie, Poisoning the Well, The Storm in the Eye, Rising, 38 Minutes, and Suspicion.
Oh. Let's see. I think this goes under. Do I want to add The Storm in the Eye? Oh boy.
Yeah.
Childhood End. I have Childhood End on here.
Yeah, that's the one with the kids.
With the kids.
The kids that can't grow older.
Oh, I do like that one.
Yeah, I know you did. It had like moral questions and shit in there.
Yeah, it does.
And you're like a moral quandary person.
I do like those moral quandaries. I have to add The Storm in the Eye in.
Okay, but what are you getting off the list?
Maybe I kick out Not 38 minutes because that one's kind of great. Maybe.
I mean, your other options are Rising or Suspicion.
Yeah. I think I kick off Childhood End.
Okay, it's going in there at the end?
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, you're right. This one doesn't make the cut.
No.
It's fun. It's definitely a fun episode, but it doesn't make the cut the same way these do.
No.
The Storm in the Eye kind of tell us what's at stake and what happens. Honestly, another good one is Home.
Home is really good, and I really love Home. But again, it's just one of those, here's the thing that I find really interesting about Atlantis is that I feel like Atlantis didn't necessarily have that first season drought that a lot of sci-fi shows had.
Mm-hmm.
Even SG1.
Yeah.
The first season is not.
There's a couple of like, yeah.
Yeah. I think
to me, Home cements like, no, we're here.
Yeah. Atlantis, I think, came out of the gate running, and I think had a far more interesting, diverse, and successful first season than a lot of shows.
Well, it had the advantage of SG1.
It did.
Coming and building a lot of this world before that.
Yeah.
But the reason I like Home, I may end up putting it back on my list, is Home kind of, I don't want to say it's a resignation, because it's not a resignation.
Yeah.
But it's the people on Atlantis realizing that they're here. They're not resigned to be here, but they're like, no, we're really going to dig our heels in. We're here now. I think they've been there. The hopes of being rescued or being found are still there. Now they're making this theirs.
I get that, and I will say it'll be interesting to see if put Home, because I think there are some other episodes coming up, without saying spoilers, that sort of deal with that same issue. Because when you are in a situation like this, when you are in a city that is completely cut off, it's, completely cut off from home, there are issues that you have to deal with that not other, even like ships out on the ocean or submarines that have to be sort of, can't have radio contact for a while, even they don't have to deal with the same
It's
issues.
almost like stages of grief.
Yeah.
Like grieving the loss of Earth. And they've come to this sense of acceptance through Home.
Because even if you, say, had a colony on Mars, you're not cut off. You have a delay in the signal, but you're not cut off.
Yeah.
So I think you can't not have things that delve into that coming up. So,
oh, yeah. We'll see where that goes. I'm excited.
But next week, we are looking at Stargate SG1. I was like, Stargate 1. That doesn't work.
SG1.
The episode, It Is Good to Be King.
It's good to be. Is it about Tom Petty?
Yes.
Okay.
And also a familiar face comes back.
Tom Petty.
Yeah, Tom Petty comes back.
Guys, we'll see you next week with Tom Petty.
Yep.
Until then, find us on Twitter at Terra Podcast.
Find us at Facebook at There's No Place Like Terra.
Email us at theresnoplaceliketerra@gmail.com.
Rate us, like us, review us. Oh, Patreon comes before then. Patreon.com/There's No Place Like Terra.
Rate us, like us, review us, and we'll see you guys with Tom Petty tomorrow. Bye.
Next week, not tomorrow.
Yep, same thing.
Yep.
I know words.
Bye.
Bye.